Right, welcome back to Let's Play Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. I've got an action-packed episode here, so let's take it quickly. Let's take it quite quickly.
It's a screw. Early 20th century, I believe.
Alright, I've got an idea how to solve this.
A fine example of braided hemp.
Well, brilliant. Why don't you climb up that hemp, Indy? Oh. If my guess is correct, the book is in this bookshelf. Fortunately, we can't lift it because it's too heavy.
Ouch! The screw came out, but that hurt.
Okay.
I can't unless I find a way to protect my hands.
Oh, you're a wimp, Indy. Aha.
It's unscrewed. It's unscrewed. It's unscrewed. It's unscrewed.
Alrighty.
Here it is, the lost dialogue of Plato.
Huzzah! Alright, let's go talk to Syphilis. Can't you walk any faster, Indy? This is important. This is history. This is Sparta!
I got it. I found Plato's lost dialogue.
Really?
Our jungle friend Sternhardt is quite the scholar.
Let me see.
Alright, I'm gonna have to narrate this. The Hermocrates. Now at last I have Plato's lost dialogue, translated entirely. The Greek original is lost, so I've used the Arabic text I found in an Italian monastery years ago and always thought was a hoax. Now I wonder, could this remarkable book hold the secret to the long-lost Atlantis? Probably not. No one will publish it, that's certain. The fear of ridicule is too great. To be safe, I've sent a copy to Pierce. Charles Sternhardt, London, 1922. Hermocrates. In shame, I hereby do recant the time and place whereof Critias spoke. In rendering Egyptian into Greek, he made a tenfold error. Instead of lying 3,000 miles hence, Atlantis may well have been 30,000 miles away, or perhaps it was less than 300 miles from our own shores. Likewise, it may be that the lost kingdom held sway as many as 100,000 years ago, or as few as 1,000. Socrates. If a kingdom arose on earth beyond anywhere men might travel, then we would never hear of it. We ought to accept the lesser figure. So glorious Atlantis founded two colonies. The lesser 240 miles north of the city and the greater 490 miles to the south. Gates of the kingdom opened only with the aid of special stones. At many outposts a sunstone sufficed, if darkness concealed the tall horns. At the greater colony, a moonstone was also needed, with darkest night healed by the full moon. Yada yada yada. To approach Atlantis itself, a worldstone was required as well, with the moon, full of beauty unrivaled, lighting the city. Final entrance yielded only to contrary minds. And it is said that dwellers in Atlantis had no horses nor any need of them, or a calcum, the metal that glittered like fire. This they had instead. They cast it into shiny beads and used them as we do minted coins, paying statues to do their work as if by magic. When their colonies were failing, wise men carved strange devices out of amber to search for the metal, but only proud Atlantis ever yielded a supply. You have called the kingdom wealthy, but surely this is absurd. As the waters rose around their city, the kings of Atlantis, one after another, sought to hold off fate. Knowing mortal men would never rule the sea, they planned a huge colossus, which by use of orichalcum, 10 beads at a time, would make them like the gods themselves. Nur-Absal was one such king. He it was, say the wise men of Egypt, who first put men in the Colossus, making many freaks of nature at times when the celestial spheres were well aligned. This I doubt. We are hearing a child's tale. Well, brilliant.
I don't see how this will help us find Atlantis.
Didn't you notice Plato's tenfold numbering error?
So he got his dates mixed up. Why is that so important?
Plato's error means distances could also be wrong.
So what if they are?
If Plato is right, Atlantis is in the Mediterranean.
You mean 300 miles from Greece instead of 3,000?
Yes, the cradle of civilization.
You could be right. He once told me he came from the middle of the world. That's what Mediterranean means.
Good old Nurab Sal. I'm starting to like him.
Wait, quiet. I think I'm getting something.
So, Mr. Sal, what's the secret?
Be patient, he's lost. But I think I know how to guide him home. Among the artifacts that Kerner stole was a small stone disc with a hole in it. I'm sure it was one of the 3 stones mentioned in Plato's book. And I didn't find it. I bought it from Omar al-Jabbar in Algiers.
Haven't we talked to enough of these nutcases?
Really?
Or was it Alain Cartier in Monte Carlo?
You
Either way,
dumbass.
Algiers or Monte Carlo. This much I do know.
Alright.
You'll need all 3 stones if you want to find Atlantis.
Yeah, I like this option.
Maybe we ought to call this whole thing off.
You can weasel out later, but first I'm going to tell you a fortune. Look into my eyes.
Lol, what?
Deep into my eyes.
Lol,
For Pete's sake,
what?
I'm not going to hurt you. Now hold still. You are a remarkable man, Dr. Jones. You possess great strength of character. You are resourceful, always eager to solve life's deepest puzzles. I could never follow the thoughts of your maze-like mind, so I can't follow you along the twisting path that leads to Atlantis.
Lol, what? Alright, folks, this is decision time. If I say I'd rather go into action by myself, I take the fighting path, where I just have to beat up a bunch of Nazis with my bare fists. That could be fun. I'd rather tackle this together with you. I'll use Syphilis's help throughout this entire adventure, relying on her and her relying on me to solve the puzzles. Or you're right, I'd better think this through alone, whereas I take this all on by myself. Now, I want y'all to vote on whichever one of these you would like best, and that's the one I'll do, because I really don't prefer one over the other. I mean, I don't really have much knowledge of this game. I think the first time my father played through this was, he did it with Indy alone, but we'll find that out. So, go ahead, tell me what you want best. Whatever gets the most, that's what we'll do. Till next time, folks, this has been Let's Play Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. Decide fate.